All right, how's everybody doing today? I am going to attempt to make a bug like Diligence did in his tutorial, but I'm going to try to do it a little faster. I'll probably end up messing up. But anyways, we'll start with the capsule here. I'm going to make sure to turn on grower shading lines and B so I can see that. I'm going to actually come in here and change the orientation, so make sure you have the capsule selected, orientation, and then we'll go +Z so it's on its side. You can slice it then, and right now it's 0 to 180, and we could type in 180 here to 180, that would flatten it out. 180 to 0, oh, that messes up, so you gotta kind of go this way with it. And that would be 180 here and 360 here. And the reason I do it this way as opposed to his is because then it leaves the bottom still intact. So I'm going to name this Bug Body. Okay, and then I'm going to make a copy of that just since we have it. And that's where we go to 0 to 180. And I'm going to shrink that down. So I hit T, shrink it down a little bit. That's a pretty fat bug, but that's all right. Go to Bug Body, go to Object. This is where you can change the amount of segments. So we can do more height segments, more rotation segments, and that's going to make it look smoother. I'm going to go to 20. You can change your radius here. I'm going to leave it at 50. Command Z, height. Okay. So he also did a falling break selection, so select, and then you've got falling break selection in there, which is kind of useful. Then he optimized, so we don't need to do that. What we do need to do is click on the bug, hit C to make it editable, and so now it's a polygon object. I can come to my live selection, go to my polygon mode, and I'm going to use my scroll wheel to go in and scroll in. And with that, that's interesting. Everything is this blue, so that kind of shows that it's inside out. So I'm going to go to reverse normals. Now it's orange, which is exactly what I want. So that was weird that it did that, but I'm going to come back here and I'm going to select these pieces here, and I'm going to make sure my selection is set to from mode to soft selection. And that's where I can decrease how much it affects it. So come down to like 30%. And that will allow me to kind of then with the move tool, move that out a little bit. Okay, it's looking pretty good. You could grow the selection, change the radius of it affecting it, so that we get a different, longer size there. Okay. So I'm going to go up a little bit more so we get a little bit longer. And here at this point you can go T to shrink it in, bolt it out. I'm going to shrink it in a little bit. Okay. Ignore this other body part. I'll delete that. Sorry, everybody. Then I can go into here and I'm going to duplicate this bug body, because what I want to create now is the wings. So I'm going to go ahead and turn those off on that one. And on this one, I'm going to go to my rectangle selection tool. Oh, I need to make sure my live selection is turned back to normal. Click off to deselect everything. Stay in polygon mode. I'm going to go back to my rectangle selection. Hit my middle mouse button so then I can zoom in here. and I'm gonna select these. Now, as I look at it, I see this one little bit that is selected that I don't want selected. So hit F1, if you've set up your F keys, I'll come in, there it is, I'll hit Control to deselect that. Now I want to check the whole thing, so I'll zoom out and around, rotate it so I can see that. Okay, now we also don't want this, so let me delete one side, and then this is where your select Fong break selection is super helpful. See how it allows me to select that, and I probably want these little pieces, so I'll go live selection, hit my shift to make sure I get those. Okay, making sure that there's no weird things. Technical term, weird, right? Select, and I'm going to go to invert selection, so it's got the bottom part, delete that. Okay, now we got our wing here, and I do believe that we put a cloth tag on that. Now, if you can't remember or don't even know where your cloth tag is, sometimes that's kind of crazy. So I hit Shift C and type in cloth, and there's our cloth tag. Shift C again brings up this menu. I can hit that cloth tag and it drops it on there. Now in that cloth tag, I can go to where is it? Iterations. I am really messing up here. Dresser, cache, expert. Maybe it's not cloth tag. What do I want to do? Dun, dun, dun. I want to give it some thickness. We could do Control A, right click, and do an extrude. And as long as we're going a little bit out, it should be fine. That looks pretty good, surprisingly enough. Okay, now I'll go ahead and drop that and do actually Control A to select everything. I want to go to Align Normals. Now, see, here's the problem in there. So it's not full. So let me do Z. Go back to that. What is it? Materials. Might take me a second here. Sorry about this. This is our cloth tag.